As spring has sprung, showing signs of new life, new beginning, and flowers are in bloom, now is the time for us to check in whether the habits and goals we set at the beginning of the year are going to either stick with us or start to fall through. You started to look up self-help productivity videos on how to stay consistent, to become disciplined because life starts to get a bit much. At some point, you might ditch those goals and habits and will remember them again in December. But we're not going to let that happen because we're going to ease healthy habits into our lives, set realistic and sustainable rules to keep them off for the rest of the year together. I'm going to share with you healthy habits that level up my life and feel good about myself. I talked about them in my Life Reset Challenge 2024, which you can find a playlist on the description box below. I add chapters for you to skip along, or you can watch the whole thing. Some are habits I kept from last year and some I started this year. And my first and ultimate life-changing habit is to have a consistent sleeping routine. I finally cracked the code on how to get up at the same time every day. My focus has significantly improved by just having a very good sleep hygiene. Generally, I try to go to bed around 10 p.m, wake up around 6 a.m. In the summer, it would be slightly earlier because I rise with the sun. I think it is crucial, as a part of your healthy lifestyle is to go to bed and to wake up at the same time every day because your bodies just love routine. Having a consistent sleeping routine will significantly improve just everything. Imagine that your body is a company. You are the CEO of that company. Your organs and hormones, everything inside of your body are your company staff. If the CEO decides we're going to start working at 8 to 4 today, and the next day, 5 minutes before work, the CEO decides to just work from 11 until 8. You expect to work from 9 to 5 and not changing every day. If the CEO decides to change the time every day, that is not acceptable. You need to let your staff know when to start working and when to stop. If it's just not a really consistent time, things start to get a little bit out of control. Your staff performance might not be as good as having a proper work routine and also not to overwork. That's how I frame it. I think that make me understand more how the body clocks work. If you struggle to sleep, I would recommend you to find the right approach that works for you and your living situation. I find having a downtime really works well for me. I don't keep my phone out of my bedroom, but I just set the downtime on my phone so then I don't get any notifications during that an hour before bed. Wear my pajama, wash up and everything, so then I'm already in that sleep mode. It doesn't have to be 10 to 6 like me. It just have to be consistent. Having a quality proper sleep and with consistent routine will definitely change your life because it has changed mine. Moving on to the second habit, which is self-care. I came to realization not long ago that self-care and wellness is an active process of making choices that lead towards an outcome of holistic health and well-being. It is a crucial component and approach to live a healthier and happier life. And while there are so many visual comparisons out there which influence us to believe that it has to look certain ways, self-care and wellness at the end of the day has to be simple. You have to feel it's true to yourself. We've all been there, done that with all of the skincare, makeup, different looks and style when we were trying to find the right style. Yes, it is true that we need to embrace the imperfections because we are all human. But I can't lie that taking care of my skin, doing some makeup make me feel great and confident. Not because I want to look like someone else, but just to kind of feel like I'm ready and confidently and proudly show up to the world. And I think that is the most important part of this. I keep my skincare routine very simple and effective. I prioritize the cleansing. I do double cleansing and I moisturize, and obviously I do SPF every day for the past 20-25 years. These are the 3 key holy grails of my skincare routine. As I get older, I obviously gone through different phases of skin problems. So I started to incorporate more of the active ingredients like vitamin C or retinol to counteract those skin concerns. My hair care routine, on the other hand, is very rubbish. And I like doing, kind of bleach hair. It's not like I'm gonna doing bleach blonde hair all the time. But because of that, I feel like I need to take care of my hair better. And another part is that to find a style that works for me and that represents who I am at the moment. Last year, I had to change the whole wardrobe. It is a great opportunity to finally revamp my wardrobe to fit me and the vision that I see myself for the next years. Done with the self-care on the outside, now we're moving to taking care of yourself on the inside. The third habit is to nourish yourself with good food. I could feel a significant change, not just in my body, but my mental health, my mood, how I love and how I value myself from nourishing myself with balanced, nutritious, whole food. And I'm going to keep repeating this in every video if I haven't done it already. Eating good food is a gateway to live a healthy and happy life. My motto in life for now is whatever is happening, I must feed myself good food. But how to start eating healthy? That's good questions, and that is probably another video in itself. I don't buy kind of unhealthy snacks I don't normally eat, because by having them at my arm length, it's easier for me to just grab that when I feel stressed. Yes, we have crisps at home because my partner has it, but I already moved past that. But if you can't control yourself around a bag of crisps, then I don't buy crisps. If I'm gonna have once in a while, then great. I don't get like croissants or pastry every day because I know that I wouldn't be able to control myself around it. In return, keep all of these healthy options in my house, in my pantry. Every week I have kales, vegetables that can last in the fridge for quite a while when I don't feel like cooking, but at least I have these things, so I have to eat them. Having all of these healthy ingredients within your house train you to be able to continuously making better and healthier options, because now you are also already having that at home, so you know what to eat, what you enjoy eating at home, so you can also apply that when you go out and eat outside. I think that's kind of how I keep eating healthy and just keep it off all the time. The next habit is to stay active and to move your body daily. Just a disclaimer, I enjoy working out, so I'm a through and through gym girly even if I work out at home. But if you don't like working out, then I would say don't force yourself to work out. You can have different sort of activities that help you move your body without having to go to the gym and weightlifting, because if that's not your thing, you're not going to be able to keep it. If you think that you would like to start working out, then I would recommend you to find the workout that you enjoy. I enjoy doing Pilates. I enjoy doing workout at home, and that's what I've been doing for the past 10 years. If you enjoy swimming because that makes you feel so nice and refreshed, then swim to start very slow rather than just going 6 days a week. That's impossible. For you to start kind of easing into working out routine, maybe you try once or twice a week and doing it for 20 to 30 minutes per day. What I've done for the past years that I think work the best is strength training combining with HIIT, so high intensity interval training, and a little bit of Pilates to strengthen your core, and also to practice mind to muscle, because it's a key approach to activate your muscles, how to do the correct form. Staying active means walking daily, doing house chores, even dance in your lounge. Moving my body every day improve my mental health so much, and that keeps me on the happier side most days. Moving on to our next habit, which is time management. This year I want to maximize my time to improve my productivity. I have so much to do, and I realize now that time management help me dealing with my procrastination problems. One important point is to have a realistic schedule and don't set too ambitious goals, because it would be impossible to follow through. Knowing my capacity and having all of my weekly schedule laid out helped me so much in planning and organizing my time. I do time blocking, which is a method of blocking a number of hours per day dedicated to specific tasks. Those could also be very routine tasks, like doing workout, lunch, filming my YouTube content. Every day each week, I know exactly that I'm gonna spend X hour of my day doing my exercise with very explicit split with the details of what day to do what. So then I don't have to waste my time thinking about what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do it. Another habit that is really helpful for me is habit stacking. And habit stacking is when you pair two activities to do at the same time, like listening to podcasts while you're walking. I also write my YouTube ideas or content script on the tube ride to work. So then I finish all of those tasks without having to find more time to do it. I think that is probably like one of the most fantastic things that I discovered, and I'm gonna continue doing that. It took me a couple of weeks to find the right balance that I'm not pushing myself too hard. Start introducing 1 to 2 habits to find what's right for you and your lifestyle. My next habit is very interesting: communicate and to connect with people. I don't think this is only mean connection with other people, but connection with yourself. We don't always like connect with ourselves. I find that having a regular reflective session through journal to have like a constant reflection about how I feel towards certain things, give myself time to be able to look from the retrospective of certain situations, because when you're actually like in the moment, you tend to not think from the critical point of view. Once kind of pass and you come back and you reflect on that, you'll be able to gain more clarity. We don't always observe ourselves, we always observe other people. Observing ourselves, I mean, we learn more about ourselves. With that, we are able to improve, to make our lives easier, happier, not feeling so stuck all the time. But communication with other people around you, I think this is also very crucial, especially with family or partners or people you are closely associated with. I have to find ways to communicate with other people, say how I feel about things, about them. People can't read your mind, so just communicate to them directly how you feel, and that will make everyone's life a lot easier. We're just too busy to play mind game, basically. These days I just say what I want, say how I feel, reduce my assumption of how people would think of me. Communication shouldn't be that complicated. Lastly, on this point, which I also recently realize, is that there's nothing wrong with disappearing. Life happened and it's okay to just disappear from social media. It's also fine to be the first one to reach out, to ask how they're doing, maybe suggest a coffee date. Other people might be so busy and they forget about us. Reaching out, bring ourselves back into their lives and showing that we care, showing that we miss them. That is the way to keep connection with people and to keep relationship flourishing. That kind of leads on to my next habit, is to be self-compassionate. I think this is one of the most difficult habits to develop to me, at least this year. Like everyone else, I still beat myself for not doing right or not be able to keep up with my schedule, etc. I have to manage my expectations, even though that you didn't, without realizing it or admitting it. You always expect of something or of someone, but I need to learn to manage that expectation. I just enter into something without thinking about, oh no, I hope it would be, I wish it would be, I hope that I would get something out of this. I just go and I see how it goes. I think that helps me to avoid massive disappointment. I try to learn to cope with that and not feeling so disappointed by things. The next habit that is equally important as everything else that I mentioned earlier is rest. Listening to your body and know your limit is such a great learning for me this year. An example of, a gym girly like me is that I need to prioritize rest day and know when to take a break. Mentally, I really enjoy working out, but by working out, I put a lot of pressure and stress on my body, and it will start to show up. When life happens, all at once, if it gets a bit too much, then there's nothing else that I have to do apart from just resting. Take a break, take a day off, go outside, enjoy the nature, going to a park, do something fun, do something solo, do something with friends. I would tell 20 years old Prang to rest because she would beat herself for resting, for not doing anything, and I think this is fine. Like, you're allowed to rest. Let me know in the comment section below what is your best rest strategy. My best trick to rest is just to go out in the city, just walk around and sit at a cafe, enjoy a coffee or a nice brunch, maybe read a little bit. Although I do love quality time with friends, I definitely appreciate my time alone, to listen to music and just be in my own world. And I would encourage you to find things that make you relax, and that would help so much for you to kind of spring back stronger. The next habit is a little bit tricky because I don't think it is necessarily a habit, but I'm trying to train myself to make that habit of looking out for positivity, because there's always opportunities even within times where you think it's inconvenient. The great example of this is my moving situation, where I have a gap in between. If you look at it, we are basically moving twice, because I had to move stuff to the storage and move to Bristol here, and then once I'm back in London I have to move into the new flat. It is inconvenient, it takes a lot of money rather than having to do it all in one go. But we came to the realization that rather than thinking of this as an inconvenience, why don't we take this as an opportunity to explore what it's like to live there? That brings us more options in the future. Now we're enjoying it. We can't be more grateful for this opportunity, because that does not come very often. This year, I definitely try to look out more for the positivity in things. Try to practice more gratitude in life. People would think that this is a little bit of like BS. If you feel like positive about yourself, about your day, you attract more positivity back to you. You get inspired, you feel motivated, you might spark new ideas, make better decision about different things, stumble upon something nice that you wouldn't really have seen. That happened to me so many times. I'm still trying, not that I'm being positive every day, but even like just being here, sending out positive messaging to people has already started to show me how good thing in life that I can get just from aligning with this positivity. Moving on to our last habit, which is not really a habit again. This is a key principle of how I start incorporating any of the healthy habits into my life and keep it off. This is such a great input from the doctor, which I forgot his name, I'm so sorry. I basically listened to him on podcast. He say make it a rule, not like something that you can negotiate with yourself. If you want to eat healthy, if you want to start working out, you don't want to make yourself think that, ooh, do I feel like doing this today or not? Because that allows you to get away with not doing it. If you treat it like a life rule for yourself and from others, you don't let other people convince you otherwise. That works so well for so many different things, and how I finally keep all of my healthy habits, because I don't negotiate with myself. I'm gonna wake up every day doing workout for an hour. I'm gonna do YouTube content for an hour after work every day. I'm not waking up negotiating whether I'm gonna be vegetarian or not. I setting the rule, I told my partner, I told my friends, I don't eat meat. And that's it. That's my 10 healthy habits that changed my life in the past year. Improve my time, my productivity, how I show up to the world, learn to love and value myself from doing these habits. And I hope that some that I mentioned today will be very helpful for you to kickstart it or add to your current routine. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are very, very lovely, very healthy and productive, happy days. And I'll see you in my next video very, very soon. Bye.